Hello, this is Jayshree Nagrale and welcome to Let's Create Crafts. In this video, we are going to learn how to make your own rubber stamps. The materials you would need are as follows. So, I would prefer wooden stamps to rubber, but there's nothing like a own custom-made rubber stamp. Here's what you need. An eraser. Depending on the size of your stamp, I have made smaller stamps before. You would also need an X-Acto knife to cut out the rubber, of course. You would need a pencil and a paper to draw your design on. And you would need a pair of scissors, a scale, and a stamp pad. Now let's get started. So the first thing that you would want to do is unwrap the eraser, of course. So I wanted for this video we are going to make a border stamp. So this is something which is long and which can be it can be used as a pattern. So if you stamp it beside each other, it looks like one continuous flow. So that's what we're going to make. And this eraser was a perfect fit for that. So the next step is you want to roughly measure out the dimensions of the rubber, so that when we draw the design onto the paper, we don't accidentally exceed the dimensions. So our design will be somewhere in between those two lines. So let me complete the design and get back to you. So this is the design. I've tried to keep it simple, but once you stamp it out, it looks pretty neat. So yeah, the next step is to transfer the design onto the eraser. This is it looks kind of complex, but it is pretty easy. So what you would want to do for this step is to gently place the eraser onto the paper or vice versa, whichever way is comfortable to you. And gently rub or scratch the paper surface with your finger/nail. So what this does is it deposits the pigment of the pencil onto the rubber and makes it and transfers our design. Okie dokie, so that's our design. Now time to start trimming. So take your X-Acto knife and carefully trim out, or I would say cut out, the excess parts of the eraser. And if this is your first time using an X-Acto knife, you got to be really careful because these knives are pretty sharp. So what I'm doing here is slowly cutting out the parts that are not needed. So these are the parts that will be not printed. So yeah. So here I have finished cutting out almost all the pillars, let's call them, and now I'm trimming off the excess eraser. You got to be careful in this step. I would actually cut out one more small ridge at the bottom and then stamp it out to see how it looks. So once this is done, we'll go grab our stamp pad and see how it stamps out. So at this stage, if your stamp is not coming out on the paper correctly, it's okay. You can always go back and trim the excess parts. And if you're using a longer eraser, it often so happens that some parts are not printed properly. So what you want to do is take a small scale, a ruler, or any hard plastic surface or a wooden block, and paste your stamp onto that. So what that does is when you're actually pressing it, it gives an equal pressure. So yeah, this is how the stamp looks. I have trimmed off a few excess parts, and I'm pretty satisfied. So yeah, thanks for watching.